Okay, that worked. Let's see if this will work now. And hi, by the way. Okay, great. Well, great. Does this mean I can go back to my work now? Probably don't need to be looking at that. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if all this is actually... Yeah, I guess so. All right. Okay, let's get back to what we're doing here. Okay. Got this. Let's get this guy. Why did that not stay on? Oh, I see why. This is what we want to use. This is going here. Let's get this loaded up. Okay, so if that's going now, let's see if this is built the way that we want. Okay. Looks pretty good. Let's switch to this theme. If this actually works, that would be fantastic. I wonder if there's a way to make those whiter. And it's probably fine for now. If we're just trying to get this done. Honestly, it looks great. Okay. That means we can move on to the coach marks. Okay, I just ended up handling this myself because I didn't like the way it was going, but those changes have been made to the clean minimal theme and good day recipe theme, and that's ready to go. One thing, actually there's a couple issues we need to address. I was trying to use the app on Set a Direction this morning, and the photo upload and the camera upload weren't allowed because of an allowance thing. I'm gonna send you the screenshot of it so you can see it. But we need to fix that before we do anything else. No, not this. Not two. Not this. This is what I want. Photo selection. Or was it last night? It was last night. So let's select this and send this here. We're gonna go to the MacBook. Okay, we're gonna take these and we're gonna put them in here. These happened when trying to upload and take a photo for the dress so you like yourself. Self-ingredient. Actually, that's where it's the messaging to. Squad stream. God damn. Send this to. Oh, this has to go. WhatsApp. Were you ever shown this message? Whoops, that was probably annoying. Sandboxed. I don't know why you're making calls. I didn't tell you that. I don't know why you're making a call on this without asking. Like, I'm here, so you could have just asked me. All right, so you're saying, why can't I just upload? Is this ingredient a different path than the other uploading photo ingredients, and that's why this is coming up? Because if someone's just uploading a photo, it shouldn't need a prompt. Obviously, I know that it needs to ask for permission to use the camera, but why does it need to ask for permission to just upload a photo if you can use the picker path? I really need to get onto these coach marks. This is like taking just too much time for this. What were the other issues? Oh yeah. The shared helper is built exactly what you want. Maybe I can try and call them real quick while this is going on, because we need to get this handled. No, it didn't. Eight.
Thank you for calling.
I don't know what these answers are. Okay. Is that what this is in reference to? Hi, Jonathan. I had a thing that showed up on my credit report that I have an outstanding debt with y'all somehow, and I don't really know what it's for, but I figured I'd call and try and find out. Justin. Long, Long. Yeah, yes. Yes, you do. Sure, that's fine. Is there a way to get this? And I'm happy to do that. I didn't realize this was the thing. Somebody didn't get a notification. Is there a way to get this cleared off of my credit stuff by paying this, or does this go away if I do that? Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. It's not actually. Yes, I authorize that. Okay. No, that's it for today. Okay, thank you, you too. Okay, an annoying thing handled. That's good. I had to switch all. Actually, I don't remember why, but I just switched. Oh, I think my card just one of my credit cards expired and they switched to a new one. But then the merchant that the bank used was like Amex to Discover or Visa to Discover or something weird. So some payments didn't go through. I had one of my payments that went late because I also moved, so I wasn't getting all my notifications, and it was a whole thing. Anyway, that's all handled now, and I'm glad. Okay, back to actual things that matter. Dressing you like yourself uploads to the same sandbox. What was the other thing that didn't work? Oh yeah. First, no. Okay, I'll start building that so we can see what it looks like on the phone. In the meantime, on the biggest impact prompt, the congratulatory random phrase word goes, it keeps changing, it like keeps flashing like 3 different ways. Can we just make it pick one and then settle? Because it seems like there's a race conditioning happening. Again, this is on the biggest impact prompt, and we just need to make sure that first congratulatory phrase picks one and stays, as opposed to just keeps flashing around. Get pull. Okay, and then we need to build that. Copy. A comment is so many keyboards. My question is, how do you manage to use all of them? It's really convenient. If I could get rid of one, this one is, I hate it, but what happens if I keep using my laptop keyboard, my wrists have been hurting like worse and worse and worse. And I thought it was the gym, and it turns out I think it's just the keyboard, the way I sit. So I should never use this one, but I do because it's what I was used to using. But I'm trying to use this more so that this hurts my hands less, because it's more like the way your hands are actually set up. And also I can spread it out so my hands aren't like this all the time. It's pretty annoying though. Just when you spent my whole life using this keyboard, it's weird to use this one. I don't know. That's just what happens when you sit at a computer all day. That's also why I end up talking to the AI now and having to do things that way, because my wrist just hurt all the time, which is a bummer. And I probably should like exercise more and like stretch more, but I don't. Or haven't figured out a way to make that happen yet. What do you do that I saw, I hadn't responded yet, but I saw you work really long days. Actually, you don't need to put that in public on the chat, never mind. Why did that fail? Build failed. Am I out of... Yes, I'm out of space. What's new? How do I do this better? Well, maybe this is better. It's not good. I guess I could just close this for the interim. Okay, that's done. Okay, so if that's done, we can close this. Let's try and build this again. Git pull. Copy this over. Have you ever taken any dance classes? Or done any dancing? I had my second night of salsa dancing last night, salsa dance classes, and it went so much better than the first one. Okay, let's see if this builds now. You go around, you like dance with all these different partners, like you do a minute with each partner basically. You do a few steps and then you switch. And it was really nice. At one of the moments, one of the girls or ladies, I don't know what you call them based on age, but one of the girls was like, you practiced, you were practicing. And I was like, yeah, a little bit, which felt nice. And also meant it was that bad the first time. How do I do this? Okay, so the biggest impact thing, and also the photo upload thing. Those will be the things to test. I should probably cancel this all the way out then. Wait. That was a stupid way to do that. That was a dumb way to do that, but it's okay. Hurry up now. All right, so this time we're gonna do this. We're gonna delete this. Remove app, delete, because we need to get a fresh install going. Excuse me. That's another thing to actually check is supposedly the squad instructions, or not squad, the stream of life instructions aren't showing up on Android. So we need to see what's going on with that. Or they might not be, I'm not sure. Unclear. Okay, sign in. That's weird. I'm getting a lot of notifications that I shouldn't be. All at 27 minutes ago. Well, that's a good question, is to see if this started working. Not yet. Okay, in any case, we can do dress. So, well, I cold showered already. I went for a walk. Got sunshine. What are we trying to, oh yeah, dress. Okay, so let's test out this. Oh, that actually works. Okay. All right, that bug is fixed. Now the other one is in here. Skip, 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 skip. That works. Okay, that bug is fixed too. That one we may still need to fix, but we're gonna not worry about that right now. So, this we can close. Stop tasks. Let's use that keyboard. Sure. Okay, I tested both of those. Those seem to be working, so that's great. Let's go back to the coach mark reordering. I think your hypothesis or theory that like people are dipping out before the orb coach mark is incorrect because the orb coach mark was introduced later. So I don't think your numbers are correct, but either way, I still think that could be moved earlier since it's more important. Can we go back over the idea for how to reorganize or reorder those? And then I'm going to come up with an order for how to make that perpetually revealing one to hook people in for days 1, 2, and 3 to make an open loop. Well, where was this thing? We need... coach marks. All right. Welcome. So that's the reveal. Start button, completion, start count. Okay, so if we're not talking about reordering those, and maybe the orb coach mark stays where it is. The bigger question is, what if we graduate users into the close today ingredient and they don't see that, and so that coach mark goes away? Trying to decide if we should do away with the stop ingredient to begin with and if it's even necessary or helpful for most users. the recently active users actually ingredient. And we'll tell you a little bit more. Tell you a little. Yeah. What are the coach marks again? Welcome. So the reveal. Reveal, welcome. Maybe ponies should actually be the first one. No, I think those are good. Start, completion counter. If you hate the ponies, that's fine. Then the orb. What does the orb coach mark say? So, start, star counter, ponies, orb, and what is the actual copy of the orb coach mark. Here's the picture and it backs your instinct. What is that thing? Oh yeah, that's fine. Among the 127 users who completed an ingredient in the last 30 days, 127 users. 98% completed start, 19% completed stop. What if marking today was actually part of stop and not part of close today? Three of four every active users never complete stop once. That's really cryptic. This orb is for you. What a stupid, non-helpful thing to say. I'm leaning towards arranging the coach marks, the intro coach marks like this, what I'm going to paste below, but also having it include the start and the ponies. But I think the important one is maybe we do just have it, people tap stop, and close today doesn't exist at first. They have to graduate into closing today. So maybe we can set that up or set up a plan for that. And then the question is if we're just doing stop, should we just have the good day question on stop, or should we have it Or should we just have them check in the next day? Mm. 3. Come on, Justin. We can do better than this. 4. Nope. Nope. 4. No, this is stupid. Here's a comment that says, I don't know why the only one who leaves my laptop on with the GDR background music play just because it helps me fall asleep faster. Do you leave it with the music that I have going now, or do you have it with the more like Danny Elfman lullaby one, the home music? That's funny. I'm glad you like it. That makes me really happy. I tried to pick ones that were kind of like cruising music that kind of like helped me enter a state. Soothing, I guess. What I want to do long term is make some music ones that have a better emphasis on stereo sound field. Because when you use an iPhone, I don't know if you know this, so iPhone, the way it normally is, if you turn your iPhone this way, there's speakers at the top and bottom, and so it plays like stereo sound if you hold your phone this way. And so I'd like to make more ones that go like that, that utilize that more, because it can be really sensorily. I saw this thing on, someone sent it to me. I don't know if it was like on Instagram or something, but they're calling it like 8D sound, which is stupid. It's so dumb, but basically it was just panning. But it was a really cool, but panning really does a really cool thing to your senses, especially if you're like have sensory issues or are overly sensitive, or I guess like what it's considered like neurodivergent or things like that. Yeah. Anyway, so long term, hopefully that will be happening. Okay, this sequence is good, notably your new orb copy, home button. It pays off the open loop you're building. You remember, copy literally promises to report back tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Close today has a natural job. Stop just means stop. Question, do you use the stop ingredient? This comment says, I use other hums. I want to see your work. 2 things I want your column before I spec it for lovable. Where does go? You said start. But the ponies is the same. Okay, no. So we need to keep the ponies in on day 1 because some people hate the ponies and they need to be able to change it. That order still needs to stay the same. So it needs to be the reveal, welcome. Then it needs to be start ingredient, then star counter, then orb, but it has the new copy that we said. Then stop. So we need to make a stop coach mark, and then a remember coach mark. So it's going to be a lot of coach marks, but we're going to need it. And the remember coach mark will use the new copy. So that's what is all those? You do use the ingredient stop. Okay. Do you use the ingredient close today? Most people do not use close today or stop. I'm not gonna say most. Well, yeah, the majority, the most people. Some people definitely do, and I think that they're actually really close today, especially, is really impactful on what your day is like. That's not just for me. I've seen it when I've been doing beta testing with people, that having the ability and taking the space and time to reflect on your day makes a huge difference on what your day feels like. Okay, so you already get it. This is the interesting thing. I'm curious if you've spent a lot of time in therapy, or you don't need to say this or not, but I'm just curious because people that do more like self-work or have spent time in therapy seem to understand the usefulness of them more than people that have not. And one of the things, and this is one of the things I'm trying to do is, so it took me years before I would start. There's a lot of times I can start my day. Finishing it is harder. And I'm trying to make it a more frictionless gap for people that have never done this to get the benefits of closing out their day without having to take them years to do it. So I'm trying to find it, since I've figured out a way for me personally that it feels useful, like I know the benefits of it, so I do it. But then it's like, okay, how do I make this an easier path for people, ideally, so that they don't have to spend years figuring out, oh, when I check in with myself at the end of the day, my life is better. Because I don't want it to have to take them years. It's almost like, anyway, so I'm just trying to find a way to make that smoother, to kind of like ease people into like checking in on the end of their day. That's cool though that you already do it. I'm just curious as to why some people do it and some don't. because that's what will help me figure out how to make this to get, to help more people have more good days. Here's the full 1 day chain with the order locked in. Orb stays in its slot, pony stays in, so the haters can change the theme. AI is so funny. I didn't call them haters, AI did. Close today drops off day 1 and its slot becomes, okay. Reveal welcome, start, star counter, ponies, orb, stop. Remember, you don't need to do all of these. They, like everything in this app, like everything else in this app, they're here for you if you want to do them. That's enough for today. You can report back by 7 coach marks. Oof. They, like everything else in this app. Okay. That's enough instruction. That's enough. You do them with, I'm not reading the stuff over the, well, no, it doesn't really matter because people that have recorded these comments don't get saved. You do them with your child. So you ask them, how old is your child? And you ask them the questions, or like y'all just do it together. That, I don't know why that makes my heart so full. Like, that's so sweet. And like, what a beautiful thing to do with your kid. And also what a beautiful thing. Yeah, what a beautiful thing for y'all both to be able to do. But like, to be able to, like, if there's useful things we can teach our, the new lives coming up. Yeah, it's just checking in with yourself and like reflecting on what life is and what it feels like. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of tripped me out in a really cool way. Like everything, okay, that's enough for today. You can have fun. Okay, what was the tuner registry clouds using the coach mark registry? Never the feature settings blob. That's good. Oh. How many days marked? Days marked. How many retro good day? How many days marked do you think we should do before we introduce close today? Five? He's... It is like a journal. At least it's like that for me too. I kind of cheated my way. So like I hated journaling. I thought journaling is stupid. And I've never been able to do it. And it kind of like has helped me be able to do it. Okay, so this works for a 6-year-old. That's cool. One thing, okay, so a thing from when I made music. So the best songs, like the best music to me, and like the dopest like pop songs, they work, and I've always said this, they work from age 5 to 50. Like there's lots of amazing songs and they'll work for certain parts of life, but like the best songs to me, like the ones that are just unequivocally like timeless, whatever type songs, they work for age 5 to 50. And so I wanted to make something, if it works well, that will reach age 5 to 50. Anyway, that's really cool. Sorry for breathing so loud. Cool. All right, so this is doing something. Cool. Okay, I've enough sitting and thinking about this. How many days, Mark, do we think we should do before we close? Actually, will this save? Okay. I just want to be able to keep your comment. Also, so I can give this to the, I keep user testimonial things to keep in mind for the AI to think of how to like plan things better and use it. That's so cool that you use it with your kid. And that he can, yeah. Maybe there's like a safe way to get this into like schools that obviously can't be accessible to all of the crazy like humans that exist. If it's going to be a social thing, but maybe there's like a limited spectrum of it that means like children could use it. Maybe the social features aren't set up for. The social part is fun though, knowing that someone else is doing it. Like that there are other people alive that are checking in with themselves. Anyway, I just hadn't really thought about, because I'm always mad about like how stupid that school is. Thank you, that's sweetie to say. I always talk about how dumb, I rant about like how dumb school is and how it never taught me things useful, like how to like choose and pick good things to eat and like checking in with myself and all these things. And it's like, I wonder if there's a way, well, yeah, if kids were using this in school, you know how much better life could be? You kind of just like, kind of blew my mind a little bit. What theme do they use? This comment says, nice hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. Have you tried? So what I'm working on right now and blabbing on about is this app. There's a link in the bottom of this if you haven't tried it. It's basically like an awareness tool, or if you have a brain that can like spin out ever, or if you struggle to figure out what you're doing with your day, or like how to structure your time, or if you have issues with ADHD or any type of like neurodivergency. It really can be so many different things, but basically it's just a practical way to help you have better days, to have more good days. It's really easy. It's so easy. Apparently there are 6-year-olds that can use it and get use out of it, which is crazy to me. It's so wild. So it's you. No one has any excuse. It's so useful. If you haven't, also you have an excuse if you don't want to do it, obviously. But it's available and it's there. So the link's at the bottom if you want it. It's free, by the way. And right now I'm setting up this newer version of it so it's even easier to get into and try. So it will make more sense, hopefully. And thanks for being here. I need to get a haircut. Actually, it's getting pretty. I haven't cut my hair in like not. So also, I am working. The computer's doing something. So this is my. Well, I guess I'm not working. Well, anyway, and I don't know why I have to justify what I'm doing to you, but I feel the need. But I haven't cut my hair in probably like I think since 2018. So it probably needs. I definitely need a trim. Let me not guess at this. The right threshold is where the habit actually locks in. ,7% of people who mark a day never come back. Yeah, I know. That's what we're trying. Look ahead and at day 2 to 3 retain 74%. Then every step after is 80 to 90. All those hold. Once someone marks the third day, they're basically locked in. Yes. So how do we do that? That tells you two things. First, gating closed today behind 5-day marks means 80% of all users never see it. Single most retention mechanic, the special one for almost everyone. Second, the habit demonstrably forms at day 3. That's where the curve flattens. At 3, you filtered out the one and done. No, you're missing the point here. We don't want to filter out the people, the one and done crowd. We want to keep the one and done crowd and turn them into 1 and then 2 and then 3 crowd. Because once we get to 3, then they're around. So the whole point of all of this is to help it not be a one and done crowd, but to help keep them stick around. So maybe let's approach that again with that in mind. This comment says it's very easy to use the app. Oh, whoops. Okay. Sometimes AI is crazy. Just like it just does not get the vibe. Okay. How does this look on while we're doing this? Actually, I need to go to the gym soon. You're right, and I had it backwards. The 3-day mark isn't a gate to keep out. The day 2 clip is the enemy. Duh. 77% never coming back for second day is the one number that this whole... Yes. Day 2, welcome back. How was yesterday? Day 2 also. Day 2 has to feel worth the trip back. Well, that's an interesting idea. This comment says, I only use AI when I need help speaking calmly and politely when I'm too angry. That's a useful thing for it. Sometimes I get my angriest at AI, but also I use it for work a lot. This all is really important. No, that's not right. Delete. Copy. Why does this not work? So day 2. Okay, so we'll ask them if they had a good day yesterday. That's normal though, if it doesn't ask them the day first. So that will happen on day 2. It will ask them, did they have a good day yesterday? And actually, we've had that. That's the first question we ask them anyway, right? That's one of the first things that happens in startup. The other thing, what's the other coach mark that usually happens on day 2 when a user comes in? I need to get out of here and go to the gym. Or something. Let's see how this loads up here. Okay, what's it saying? Let me check the code if it actually fires for returning user on day 2, the discovery sequence, and any visit-based triggers. It seems like maybe the history coach mark should be on day 2. It should be the history coach mark, and then search. I don't feel like either of those are super compelling or interesting though. So like, what's something that's exciting and fun? Also, that should just be a little bit more, and we need another ending coach mark that says, and remember, however you do it is perfect. This is for you. That's enough for today. We're going to give you one more instruction or something tomorrow. Maybe there should be a thing about privacy too, where your things aren't being, everything is private for you, nothing's going to anyone else. Once you get a few things of completions, then you'll be able to start sharing your stream with others. That sounds weird. I'll have to figure out a better way to say that one. Oh, I could get that email done. Honestly, I should get up and go to the gym. Have you ever seen The Matrix, like the old one? There's this part in The Matrix where, I don't remember I kind of want to watch it again. There's this part of The Matrix where basically he's like, get up, Neo, get up. It's the only way he can get himself to do things or something. I don't know why. And I definitely have to tell myself to do things because I just won't. I'd actually pull search and history out of the day 2 slot entirely. You're right that they're not complete. For exciting and fun, here are the 3 real candidates. They're all better than a button tour. AI can be kind of rude sometimes too, like a little dismissive. The privacy sharing lock is my pick. It does double duty. The reassurance, this is just for you, nobody sees it, actually matters for reflection app, for sure. It lowers the guard and makes people want to be more honest. And the unlock, once you've stacked up a few good days, you'll be able to share them. Is both a fun progress mechanic and it plants your number 2 priority outside the app sharing as something aspirational early. I like that. That's an open loop point. Strategically is most valuable. Okay. The Vorb is... That copy's terrible, but I think the point is good. And your day 2 ending... We could introduce we could introduce the long hold on the orb on day 2 and be like, you get to talk. If you any questions you have, ask the orb. Or should that be day 1? I don't know if that's, but maybe it's just like, did you know the orb? I don't know how to introduce that, but that's kind of fun. I like that, and then I don't like the copy that you did, but I do think the privacy to sharing unlock. This is just for you, nobody sees it. And then the dash, once you've stacked up a few good days, you'll be able to share them. Maybe we should say the amount of days they'll be able to do, or something. Did I put this in here yet? I put the... Honestly, I think we should put it at a week. Or once you have 5 good days. Because I want to make sure people, frankly, with sharing your ingredients, I just want to make sure people understand that they understand how the app works and that their privacy is important, and that they won't just like accidentally have their stuff be going out to other people. That's kind of like a huge thing for this. So I don't think 3 good days is enough. It needs to be, I think once you get to a week, actually it's not good days, it just needs to be 7 marked days. They don't have to be good. They just need to have marked 7 days. And I don't really like the copy for either of the orb things, but the second one's better. Did you know your orb can talk? It's like, did you know you can talk to the orb? Press and hold it at any time you've got a question. Ask it anything you like. And then the privacy sharing one can happen. This is just for you, nobody sees it. Once you've marked off 7 days, then you can choose to share them. Once you're familiar and know your way around, you can participate with others. Okay, I actually do need to get up and go to the gym, or else I'm not gonna. And I could tell I'm kind of spinning here, even though this is good. Thank you for being here. Truly, I appreciate it very much. And yeah, thank you for being here. And hopefully I'll have more. Well, all the stuff I'm gonna try and get this stuff I was working on today into a build that will be out. We'll see if I can get it done tonight. I want to. I hope you have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever, whenever, whoever, and wherever you are, whenever.